how did you get on your healing journey? What had kind of, can you give a high level, overview of what brought you here?
Hmm. Well, I think like a lot of healers and individuals that recognize the depth of the human experience, it's because there are challenges in early life or maybe midlife, but what have you. It doesn't matter the time frame, but there's something that we are faced with and we look to figure out what the heck that's about. So, I was born in Austin, Texas, to a couple hippie teenagers in the 70s, and they just weren't ready for a child in any way whatsoever. And long story short, raised in a pretty dysfunctional home and in Austin, Texas, because it really was weird then. The things in my home were astrology books and other things that, we didn't go to church, but there was no structure around anything other than what I made for everyone. But I just dove into these astrology books. And of course, it was the 70s and a weird town, Austin, Texas. So I was able to figure out who I was outside of the codependency and the dysfunctional home life. That's taken a while, granted, but I've always been into alternative modalities. When I got divorced from my first husband that I married when I was about 20, just a couple of years later, we got divorced. And instead of going to therapy, I bought a cassette tape. Yes. And it was Stephen Halpern's Nurturing Your Inner Child. And so and subliminal messages with this beautiful, that I'm okay. And so that's what I did every night instead of, talk therapy or whatever. And that's great for some people, but for me, I've always just been interested in the other things.